Welcome. Budget knife time again. We do love budget knives. We're going to talk about the QSP Phoenix. Hey, thanks for tuning in. The Phoenix by QSP. Better knife, better life. The Phoenix. There's your model number, the QS108B. This one is a satin blade, green handle, black on the flats. And I got this from White Mountain Knives. Get it from White Mountain Knives. LTK is the discount code, 10% off. So just to continually remind you of that. Back spacer, green G10, deep carry pocket clip, right or left hand, lanyard hole that goes through the back spacer. It's got bearings on the pivot. It's a liner lock. There's your lockup. Pretty hardy there. I'd say 40 to 50%. And it's centered. No lock rock, no blade play. You know, with budget knives, you never know. Here's the box it comes in. So it's a fitted kind of box with a little bit of paperwork and a magnetic closure on it. Made in China, of course. Sorry, almost didn't say that. Cool. You know, the grind looks pretty good. The plunge looks symmetrical. D2 steel blade. You know, I think since we're testing blade steels on knives, including the HRC, this probably, I don't know that anybody's done that, so maybe the QSP needs to get in on that action. We'll send this baby out to Pennsylvania and get it tested up. We got jimping on the flipper tab. We've got stainless steel liners, and they show they're not embedded in the G10 scales. And so they're skeletonized, which, well, we got our little pocket clicker where you can look inside. You can kind of get down in there with this little new snake light, and you can see that. So it feels substantial. You know, some of the initial QSP knives that I had were kind of, with me, they were kind of hit and miss. This one feels much more structurally sound, real solid. It flicks good. You know, it just, this metal plate as an option to put this deep carry clip, it just seems like this is maturing. That this knife shows a little bit better fit and finish, just really better done all the way around. I was attracted to the design on this one as well, and it's not a small knife. It's not a small knife. So let's see if we can get on the tip of the blade here. And, oh, no, we got, okay, playing that game. 3 3/4 inch blade, so 96 millimeters. Overall, 8.5 inches and, ooh, pretty close to 20 centimeters. 22, pretty close to 22. I'm reading these. It's a little change up on the smaller tape I'm using, and then also the point of the blade will go through this little slot in the end, so that's not helpful either sometimes. In any case, yes, that's a pretty good size knife. It's bigger than the Paramilitary 2, but not a lot bigger. Of course, in this aspect ratio, it does look like it's a lot bigger than the PM2. Flip it around. they look the same. The PM2 actually looks a little bit bigger than this aspect ratio, but this is an 8¼ inch knife. This is 8½. So this is actually a bigger knife and a longer blade. And a longer blade, for sure. See how fat this thing is. 0.6 of an inch, 15.1 millimeters. So it is pretty thick here. And you have these machined or patterned ridges on the G10 scales. So, yeah. It's, you know, it's got some grip here, some texturing, and, you know, maybe some style points here as well. You've got a nice pass-through area that's jimped with the liner lock, so it's easy to disengage. There you go. Now, can't do it this way. Can we do it this way? Wow. Okay. I even though I can't throw it out right now, I can throw my shoulder out, but I can't throw this knife out. Probably no better than a 5½. Ooh. Now what do we got? I thought we were developing a little lock stick there. Yeah, a little tick. Yeah, a little bit like that. You can see now nothing. So, oh well. Just depends on how hard you flick this thing out, apparently. In any case, yeah. Nice. You know, it operates well. Wow, 0.141, 3.6 millimeter blade stock. So that's pretty hale and hearty. About equal to what the Paramilitary 2 would be. Feels good in the hand. The ergos are okay. Pocket clip has this kind of final upturn on the end here. I prefer if it does that, then they kind of level it out as it goes to the very tip, that it would kind of level out. But instead, no, it's just pointing up. I can feel that right in here. It's not annoying at the moment. I don't know how long you'd be cutting away before it did become maybe an issue. For most of the cutting tasks I do, it wouldn't, because I don't do like an hour or 2 hours on end of continual cutting. So this is not really a big issue for me, but it might be if this was a continual, you know, in-hand situation and you didn't have gloves. Right or left hand, so it does, you know, go either way there. Although, you know, with the liner lock, that's right-handed. Cool knife, though. I think QSP is doing some different things. I'm going to have to check out some of the other models. Paperwork. You know, so with White Mountain Knives, you get 10% off. So basically, you're going to get $5 off. So it's going to be around $45 delivered to you. At that point, is that competitive? Well, yeah, I guess so. D2, if that tests out and that D2 is proper heat treat as well, then I'd say $45 is a great deal. Manufactured in China, of course, ball bearings on the pivot, reversible, 5.3 ounces, and a reverse Tanto grind. And let's check the weight on here. But yeah, I mean, and I haven't carried this, maybe once. Come on off of there. Where's that detent ball drop? It's a little late. But yeah, there it goes. Yeah, okay. I just got to back my thumb up here and disconnect it like that. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, 145 grams, so it's not super light. But I mean, it's kind of a work knife, beater knife, just a little over 5 ounces. So it's heavy duty. I mean, you got these thick stainless steel liners, so that's a big part of that weight there. But it makes it more structural. It really makes it feel good in the hand. I mean, it makes it feel substantial, like decent. And yes, I was gonna look. It must be an internal blade stop. And I don't believe I took this apart. And I didn't, but yeah, it must be an internal because there's no blade stop up here. Yeah. Which means I didn't wipe it down. I didn't change out the type of lube or anything. So actually, this is pretty good action for something that I haven't, you know, pulled apart and done that kind of initial maintenance on. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of lube is on these bearings. If it's that kind of heavy, kind of clear white or that lithium grease looking stuff, then that could change the way this is. Plus, readjusting this pivot screw might be important as well to kind of give yourself a little bit more drop. But you know what? Really? Not bad. Not bad. Like I said, it's got some jimping up top here. You can't go forward on this, but you do have a bit of a choil here for sharpening purposes. And will the knife be a knife? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's sharp out of the box. That's reasonably good right there. It'll be interesting to see. Ooh, we got a chip there. That's no bueno. Wow. Okay. In any case, I'm going to send it in and get it tested. And yeah, I guess I need to take the chip out of the blade. Remove that. Put stones to it. But I'll get this tested, find out if this D2 for sure, and if so, what the Rockwell is. But it's interesting. Check the QSP line out. You know, but you can get like a lot of D2 knives, including like Best Tech or Tuya Knife and those ones, and you know, Cut Jack. So these are all in the same kind of budget range, and the Best Tech as well. This is the Paladin, that kind of thing. And I don't have my Tuya knife right under my face right now. Nah. But yeah, the Tuya knife bruiser is another one. So these are, but they're right there in the same. These are 52 or whatever, and this is, depends if you get the large or the small, but this doesn't have bearings. You know, it has the washers, and this is an FRN, not a G10. So yeah, these are a little less than the $45 mark, but yeah, so you are sacrificing a little bit there. This one, I'd say definitely a better quality feel as far as build than the FRN Cut Jack knives. But this is going to be about design. So whether you like the design on this or not, and it's a good size knife, so if you want a smaller one, but QSP does make smaller models as well, like the Parrot. So you do have options. And the interesting designs, keep watching them. I'll give you the link. They have an Instagram site as well. And then I'll give you the link to White Mountains and the discount code. And you can go check out QSP on their site. Just, you never know. All right, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.